Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Now, lads and lasses, in today's daily news video, which of course I feel like it's been quite a while now, hope you all enjoyed the last video which was up. My dad's camera work actually was a lot better when I edited the video, so of course I hope you all did enjoy that, and thanks for the support on it as well, by the way. I think it's on 8,000 views the last time I checked. Absolutely unbelievable. But of course, in today's daily news video, which of course I'm glad to be bringing these back, we've got news on Lloyd Kelly, as it looks like he is officially a Newcastle United player. We've also got news on Miggy Almiron, as it has been reported by Fabrizio Romano that Newcastle United are open to selling the Paraguayan in the upcoming summer transfer window. And of course, lastly, lads and lasses, it may not take your interest too much, but of course, we'll always get into it. Newcastle United and Southampton have agreed a deal to sell Ryan Fraser. We'll take a look. Can we actually get a fee from this deal, or is he going to go on a free transfer? Nevertheless, we've got his wages off the books because he is no good to us anymore. So without further ado, lads and lasses, we've got a lot of news to get into, and stay tuned as well, some very exciting ones on Lloyd Kelly, as it looks like he will be Newcastle United's first signing. So without further ado, lads and lasses, let's get into the video. So let's not mess about, lads and lasses, and let's start off with Lloyd Kelly. Honestly, Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, all of these reliable journalists have came together to report on Lloyd Kelly and Newcastle United today. So this is what is said, but of course, lads and lasses, as always, if you do enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, and of course, if you are new, subscribe for all Newcastle United content. And if you're already subscribed but you don't have the notification bell turned on, get it turned on so you are always early for the Newcastle United updates. By the way, yet again, I'll keep this short and simple, but thank you so much for the support recently. Now onto the news, and let me know down below, are you happy with the signing of Lloyd Kelly, and of course your thoughts on the other news. Now finally onto Lloyd Kelly. Newcastle United, reported by Fabrizio Romano, have reached a verbal agreement with Lloyd Kelly and is set to sit his medical test in the coming days. He will sign on a 5-year deal, of course, until 2028, with the option to extend until 2030. That's actually reported by David Ornstein, who is a writer of The Athletic, which is a different segment to Fabrizio Romano. But of course, they are both sort of reporting the same thing, giving it that sort of double credibility, shall we say. So it looks like it is pretty much a done deal with them two, who are arguably the most reliable journalists, giving this sort of credibility to the deal. Fabrizio Romano has given it the here we go sign, which of course 99.99999% means that this is a done deal. Of course, The Athletic is reporting the same, so it does give it that double validation, and Sky Sports are saying that Lloyd Kelly will be Newcastle United's first signing. Now lads, I've got to say, many people are thinking, yeah, free signing, he'll be okay. Lads, Lloyd Kelly is actually a very good defender. Like, seriously, I'm not joking about here. He is, of course, a very tall, great in the air defender, but also, if you have watched him, he can play centre-back and he can play left-back, where he played the majority of last season for Bournemouth. But actually on the ball, he's a fantastic ball-playing defender. He's crosses, he's long balls. Honestly, he's a very good passer of the ball, you know. I think people are seriously underestimating what Lloyd Kelly can bring to the table. Of course, when Sven Botman comes back, Fabian Shaw is at the top of his game next season. He will be a cover player, so to speak, but if he needs to fill in, by God, he'll do a job there. The only thing I am worried of, and of course you as well, is that worrying injury record. Now, on to Miggy Almiron. Of course, it looks like Lloyd Kelly will be a Newcastle United player. Verbal agreement reached. Contract until 2028 with an option till 2030. So let me know down below, are you happy with the signing? But of course, on Miggy Almiron, it's been reported by Fabrizio Romano that Newcastle United are open to selling the Paraguayan in the summer. His future remains open ahead of the summer transfer window, and more clubs are showing interest in the Paraguayan. Now, lads and lasses, as we all know, reported by Ben Jacobs last January, I believe it was. Yes, that's correct. Just validated that in my own head there. Al-Shabaab of the Saudi Pro League, who of course people were saying, oh, you're going to sell him at the Saudi Pro League and you're going to give yourself £50 million and inflate the fee to what he would normally cost. Al-Shabaab is one of the only clubs in the Saudi Pro League which aren't owned by the PIS, so that's absolute nonsense. But of course, Al-Shabaab of the Saudi Pro League came in for Miggy Almiron in January and actually offered €30 million. Now lads, I've got to say, if a team comes in with €30 million in this summer transfer window, Miggy Almiron turning 31 years old in February, I'm taking that every single day of the week. But let's be real with ourselves, I don't think anyone, even a Saudi Pro League team, is coming in with €30 million. It's not going to happen, it's not realistic. Now look, I absolutely adore Miggy, but not for what we should. I love his charisma, I love his work rate. Honestly, all us Newcastle United fans want is a player who goes onto that pitch 100%, into every tackle, impress every single player and, you know, just leave your heart on your sleeve, so to speak. Run your socks off in them black and white shirts. Miggy Almiron absolutely does that. And if he does go, we'll thank him for his service, because that's all we want as Newcastle United fans. But let's be real, lads and lasses. Like I said, he's turning 31 years old in February. His decision making is very poor. His goals and assists return is not at all what we need to be at the top level. I believe he's got something like 8 assists in his career, or it might be 11 or 8. I'll put it on the screen now, but it's absolutely terrible for the amount of games that he's played in the Premier League. Honestly, Miggy has said plenty of times he does not want to leave Newcastle United. In this FFP restricted world that we're in, St. Maximin had to deal with it. He could have played in the Champions League. St. Maximin had to, you know, bite the bullet and go to Saudi Arabia. Miggy, look, you're turning 31 years old. We need a proper quality right winger to push us on back to them Champions League levels. As much as we love you, as much as we are so thankful for your hard work, and seriously, he's been an unbelievable hard worker here, you need to at least be able to use both feet on a football pitch for Newcastle United. Thank you so much for your service, but you've got to go out the door. Any offers of 20 million euros or above, I'm taking every day of the week, lads and lasses. I don't know about you, but I'm taking it. Now, it's got to be said, just before we touch on Ryan Fraser, if we do sell Miggy Almiron, of course, the only available right winger we have at the club, apart from versatility, like keep Tino out of the equation, keep Anthony Gordon, as of course, he can play on the right-hand side. The only natural right winger we have at the club is Jacob Murphy. Now, people have been saying, sell Jacob Murphy and I'll get £5 million from him. I would keep Jacob Murphy behind the scenes. I think he's a very good rotation player. Play him against the likes, with all due respect, next season, Ipswich's, Nottingham Forest, them sort of teams. Play him against them, because I tell you what, he's got a fantastic cross on him. But of course, is he the quality that we need to push us to them European spots? Short and sweet, no he's not. So if we do sell Miggy, of course we've got the free transfers like Lloyd Kelly. It's saving us a bit of money to go big on that right wing, and by God, I hope we go big on that right wing. By the way, there's some fantastic names in the summer transfer market, so I'm just going to say, lads and lasses, keep your eyes and your mind open for some right wingers. Let me know down below some suggestions, but I am going to say Matthias Sul from Juventus. I would be absolutely buzzing with him. Young Argentinian, really impressed in a relegation team that got relegated from the Serie A last season in Frosinone. He was on loan from Juventus and he's absolutely lit up the world. He's got more goals and assists than Chiesa last season. Chiesa was playing for Juventus. Matthias Sul was playing in a team that got relegated. But of course, on to Ryan Fraser. It's been reported by the Athletic, yet again a very good journalistic company. Ryan Fraser is on the verge of leaving Newcastle United after agreeing a deal with Southampton. Of course, he spent the season on loan at Southampton last season. 6 goals and 2 assists for them. And actually, the Southampton fans are saying that he's done very well with them and they would really like to see him back on a permanent deal. Just from what I've seen, of course, every Southampton fan will not have the same views. But of course, the other bits of news in this deal is that the final details between the two clubs are being discussed. And actually, although his contract expires next season, could Newcastle United get a transfer or sort of a transfer fee out of this transfer deal? Now, I'm going to say, lads and lasses, yet again, he runs out of contract next season. He's no use to us at all, and there's not been any disclosure to whether we will get a deal, we will get a fee, or if he is going on a free. I'm just going to say, if he does go on a free, or even if we'll get something like 500 grand, he's off the wage books, and that's all that matters in our opinion, lads. We can't be paying the likes of Jeff Hendrick, who isn't even on a free. Thankfully, Jeff Hendrick, Ryan Fraser, Isaac Hayden, Jamal Lewis, these guys who are no use to Newcastle United, we cannot be paying them money anymore. We've got to get them off the books, because they are costing us a lot of money as well, by the way. And that, of course, the signings of Lloyd Kelly really do. We can give him much more in wage terms, because we are getting these players off the wage books, which of course will, you know, persuade him to come more to Newcastle United. So there we have it, lads and lasses. It looks like Lloyd Kelly will be a Newcastle United player very, very soon. And of course, when his contract expires, he will be announced as a Newcastle United player. And of course, Newcastle United are open to selling Miggy Almiron. Would you sell him? And if you would, how much for? And Ryan Fraser is set to leave Newcastle United. Wow, absolutely horrible news for us, isn't it? Now, of course, look, unbelievable pass off the ball, but he just wasn't going to touch this team. And of course, he's had many busts up with Eddie Howe as well, even at his previous club in Bournemouth. So of course, lads and lasses, if you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. Hope you've all enjoyed today's daily news video. I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.